Hello, and welcome back to the studio. I'm Dr. Wiggo, and today we're going to be talking tripods. A real tripod and a baby tripod, a handheld. I don't know what you call them. If you've watched any of these before, you'll know that these kind of products are all the fault of Bennett, Mark Bennett's camera crisis, because he has reviewed both of these products and convinced me to buy them. He's such a silver-tongued devil, I just can't help myself. I have a story about why I bought them, other than Mark Bennett, although isn't that reason enough? But if you don't care about the story and you just want to see me unbox this expensive tripod, $500, or this cheap little tripod, $50, we'll skip on to the next chapter for this guy, and skip on to the chapter after that for this guy, and then you can skip on to the chapter after that where I will try them out and do some comparisons with some other things like maybe this guy, the SwitchPod. Well, for this guy, not for the big tripod. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So, why did I buy these tripods other than Bennett? I'll tell you. When I started making videos for school back in 2020, which is how I got into this whole video nonsense, I bought a bunch of Manfrotto kind of cheap tripods. I mean, they were good, but inexpensive. They had this weird mounting mechanism where you put a little thing on the bottom of your camera and then it would lock in. Well, nobody uses that except apparently Manfrotto. And I come to find out later anyway that Manfrotto tripods don't all come with that. That was just one of the heads you can pick. And I think it was the cheapest one, which is probably why I went with it. They were all like under $100. I think they were like under $70. But I've run out of tripods. I keep buying more cameras, as you know from watching the channel. So I needed a new tripod, and then I watched this video from Mark Bennett it was several months ago, I will link it down below, where he reviewed this tripod, the TreeRoot, which we will talk about in a minute. Now it's a $500 tripod. I got it for $400 because there was an early bird special back when I bought it. Yeah, it's been sitting up here for a long time. But then a couple of weeks ago, Mark Bennett reviewed this tripod, or ClickOpen Tabletop Tripod is what it says on the thing, which is kind of what the SwitchPod has been for me. So, well, anyway, he reviewed this and it was $50, and I said, what the heck? And now, since I had two of them, I could finally get around. I just didn't feel justified doing a video about one tripod, but now I have two. So that's my story. I bought this because I just needed more real tripods, more professional tripods. And I bought this because when I was doing the car video walk around, I was using this. And see, this folds up real nice, except when I've never gotten the hang of flipping it out, but it works. This one has a whole different mechanism. If you watch that video, there was some of the handheld stuff was pretty shaky, even with the stabilization on. And I'm thinking maybe this will help. We'll see. In fact, I'll test that out later in this video. Y'all don't want to hear me yap about why I bought these. You want to see them. Now, we'll start with the expensive, the $500 tripod, the Falcam TreeRoot R141K-320P. Let's open it up. Well, it is a travel tripod, and it comes in a nice little travel case with a little manual. And that's what's in the box. Oh, excellent. The manual's in Chinese. It is a Chinese company. Yeah, here's the instruction manual. Anyway, we'll get back to this when I need it. Oh, well, pieces are already falling out the end. See, it has a little cinch strap here for you to tighten it up when you got it in the bag. It's a nice little bag. I don't know what it's made out of. It doesn't feel like cloth, maybe neoprene. I don't know. Feels sturdy. Now here's the actual tripod. It's not very heavy. It's about 3 pounds. Not too bad. Carbon fiber. And if you'll notice, the things are triangular. And it's got a center column, and it comes with a ball head, which is important for many reasons that we'll talk about in a minute. But the center column is adjustable. You can go watch Mark Bennett's video about this that I will link down below, where he compares it to a couple of other tripods, because he's got lots of tripods. Basically, it's toolless. So anything you need to adjust it is somewhere on here that you can take off, and you don't have to be carrying around a screwdriver. Now, it has the twist grips. Oh, and there is zero. I mean, they just fall on out. It's about yay tall. I can extend this up. Well, here, let me extend it up to its full height, which I believe is about 61 inches. So just as a regular tripod, it works just fine. These little rubber feet that have a lot of little angles so that no matter what angle it's sitting at, it has a flat spot down. But these will come off somehow. Guess I'll have to read the manual. But there are little spikes under there for like going into the ground. So if you're worried about that, you got that covered. And the reason Mark Bennett likes it, and one of the reasons I like it, is it comes with the T38 mounting solution, which, for example, I have on this SwitchPod. See, it locks in. This guy has this release here on the side where you can just lift it off, whereas this one you have to slide it in, but it'll still lock. So now you see I can just drop this camera in here like that. It locked. Did you see? But if I want to move it to another tripod with this system, see, I can just slide it over here and it locks in place. And on here I just press this button on the back, pull it back out. Boom, locked up. Well, let's take the camera off for the moment so I can show you that this lets the ball head loose and it just goes nuts. You can go almost at any angle, and once you get it level, now here's a little bubble level here that I'm looking at. Easy way to check. Okay, I didn't have it exactly level because I also have a level on the camera. There, now my bars across are green. The camera's level. You can see it has these releases so that you can flatten it down almost to the ground. I mean, there's still going to be a little bit of clearance. Now this will be a problem, but you can take it out or turn it upside down if you want to have the camera hanging down in the middle. Well, according to the manual, you can take these little things off with your hands. Oh yeah, it's coming loose. There we go. So for ice or hard surfaces or dirt you want to dig into, you can just put those on. And then you just shove those back on and you're back in business. There's also a little F22 clamp in here where you can lock in things that use that system. The top is the F38. This is the F22. You know, phones, all sorts of things that you can stick on there, microphones. But one of the things that makes this cost $500 is that there's a little button here. Most tripods, if you want to pan, especially travel tripods, you're going to have to do the whole ball head. So you turn this little guy, and now you can do pans. And when you're done doing your pans, you can lock it back in place. Take this off, you can pull this out. Then the center column here has this little switch, which will let you take this off. So if you want to have your thing mounted upside down but very close to the ground, notch that back in there. Boom, we put it back together. There's a little notch right there that you got to line up, which I didn't see because I didn't have my glasses on. That's most of the major features. The hex key set that comes with it is for maintenance purposes. You don't need to carry them around with you when you're on the road unless, well, I guess you probably should in case it breaks. Normal usage, you don't need these. The hex keys are for adjusting the tightness of the legs and for messing with this little thing, the little F22 plate, and moving it around. So there's a lot of adjustment you can do, but for someone like me, it's just going to work the way it is. I don't have to do a damn thing except the only thing I had to do is put the F38 plate on the bottom of the camera so I can drop it in and out like that. It's a good little tripod. It's $500, so it better be a good tripod. And again, it's like 3 pounds. Now with the camera on it, it's a little heavier. It's rated for 5 kilograms or just over 10 pounds of weight up here of lens and camera. I don't have any cameras that weigh that much. So that's the unboxing of the tripod. Let's move on. Ulanzi and Falcam are 2 different companies, but they work closely together. So there's that's why there's the Falcam quick release system in the Ulanzi products. And actually, I think I bought the TreeRoot directly from Ulanzi rather than from Falcam. But let's see about this little guy. Now, this is a guy for a different problem. This guy, well, not the most environmentally friendly packaging. Lots of thick styrofoam, but I guess it protects it. You can't have enough hex wrenches. Very simple.
Later.
No, this is F38. This says TT38. So TT38, this guy, will not fit in with the F38, but the F38 is compatible with the TT38. I don't know. Again, no documentation in the box with this guy. I love the little one button push. You just push up. They flip out, so you can do it with one hand. You can do this with one hand, but it's harder. The big difference between the SwitchPod's taller to start with, but it's not $100, and this is $50. I think I paid $40, so you can get a deal on it. So $50 versus $100, but the SwitchPod doesn't come with a ball head, so I had to buy this Mambili ball head, which I really like, by the way. You can see my SwitchPod review, I will link down below, where I tried out a couple of ball heads. This one was slightly taller, and I was doing it on the tabletop in front of me, sitting down, so this would be a little low. But I didn't buy this for sitting on a table. I bought this for walking around. Again, $50. $100 plus the cost of a ball head. This has a nice little ball head right on it. And it also has a little cold shoe back here that you can turn. And it's got the little, like I said, it has the little panning. So if you loosen this, you can do the pan. So this is the ZV-E1 with the Sony 10-18 APS-C lens, but on a full frame camera. Now that means if I go down to 10 millimeters, I'll get a little fringing, except the ZV-1 has that active stabilization that crops in, and it crops in enough, almost enough that 10 millimeters works, but if you turn it up to 12, you really get away, even when you're moving around, you get away from the fringing. I love the ZV-1 has the little level in it, so I can just see. But when I put it down, see, it's at a bad angle, so then I have to adjust the ball head to get it to look up at me, and then it's shooting up my nose, and nobody looks good up their nose, trust me. But I got this to carry around because when I was doing the car shoot on the Hyundai, on my 2024 Hyundai Hybrid Sonata Limited, more words, I used this, and it was just, you are holding it at a decent angle, but it just has a tendency to dip back. And this one, since you're holding it at an angle, it seems to work better. I don't know, $50, $100 plus ball head. So like, I think this was like $130 for this setup, and this is $50, and I think I paid $40. I'll post all the stuff in the description below. But it's not bad, and like I said, you can just pop this guy off, slide him in here, because this is the F38 plate, not the TT38 plate that came with this guy, but this guy will support this. I'm just gonna have to try it out and let you know how it goes. Oh, I left out, there's one more trick. Here we go. It has a little hook so that you can like hang it off, like off a fence. It's not very big. It's just like an 1.5 inches or so, under 2 inches. But you can like hook it so you could have this with these legs out. You can have it. And again, the ball head is completely adjustable, so you can put the ball head up like this, and this just falls back down. Put the ball head back where it was. $50. This is going to be one of my main tripods. It's, again, for travel. It's relatively light, about 3 pounds. Carbon fiber. Got all the features. This guy will be my little vlogging camera. Yeah, I know, I haven't done any vlogging. I keep promising to, but that's when I retire. So you just have to wait till next summer. Next summer, I'll retire, and then I can start making more videos and doing some vlogging and stuff like that. But this is going to be my setup. The ZV-E1 with the 10 to 18 lens, or the Laowa 10 millimeter that Mark Bennett also reviewed. I'll put a link to that down below. But that review was like 6 months ago, and you still can't buy them. They're like October, they're saying they're going to be available. So I'm going to stick with this guy. Although the Laowa 10 millimeter full frame, that's a 10 millimeter full frame lens. So you can check out Mark Bennett's thing below, because he actually had one in his hand. I haven't seen one. I'll go to the guy. The TreeRoot, see, it's sturdy and steady, and it digs in. It's got the little spikes on the bottom. The TreeRoot Quick Lock Travel Tripod. I'm on the Ulanzi website right now, and right now this is 20% off, flash deal. So it's $400 when I'm recording this, which is the first week of September. If you want to get a $500 tripod for $400, get it from Ulanzi. It's a great tripod, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. Very sturdy. I mean, watch Mark Bennett's video. He like gets out and shake. I mean, it's unshakable. It's a really sturdy tripod. This is a little cheap thing, but it's pretty good for the money. I mean, for 50 bucks, it does what it needs to do. You can fold the little legs in, walk around, carry it. How you doing? And then when you want to set it down, you just set it down. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. I'm going to go try to figure out how this thing works, because it didn't come with any documentation, but I bet there's some online. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.